In today's video, we're reviewing Spot pet insurance and asking the big question. Is it really affordable coverage or is it just another name in a crowded market? What's up, you guys? My name's Ashley, and by the end of this review, you'll know exactly what Spot offers, what makes it different, how much you can expect to pay, and whether it's worth choosing for your pet. Pet insurance is one of those decisions that feels simple on the surface, but gets complicated once you start digging into the details. Every company promises peace of mind, but not all of them deliver in the same way. Spa has gained attention for the flexible plan design and wide coverage options, but is it the right fit for you? Let's walk through everything step by step. So first off, what Spot Pet Insurance is. Spot Pet Insurance is a US-based provider that offers accident-only and accident and illness coverage for dogs and cats. The company has built its reputation for being flexible and beginner-friendly. Instead of locking you into a fixed plan, Spot actually lets you adjust the key parts of your policy, including your deductible, annual coverage limit, and reimbursement percentage. This means you can scale the coverage to fit your budget or expand it if you want maximum protection. Policies are underwritten by US Fire Insurance Company, which has a long track record in the insurance world. This adds some reassurance that Spot's policy are backed by experienced insurers. The brand markets itself heavily towards new pet parents who want coverage that is easy to understand and customizable enough to feel in control. Let's dive into some of the key features. Spot Pet Insurance really sets itself apart with flexibility, and that starts with how customizable the policies are. Unlike some companies that lock you into a couple of standard plans, Spot actually gives you the ability to choose exactly how your coverage looks. You can set reimbursement rates at 70, 80, or 90%, choose deductibles that range anywhere from $100 up to $1,000, and pick annual limits starting at $2,500 all the way up to unlimited. That range of choice means two pet parents could have Spot policies that look totally different based on their budget and their pet's health needs. For example, imagine you've got a young Labrador puppy who's generally healthy. You may opt for a higher deductible, say $750 or even $1,000, and a reimbursement rate of 70%. Your monthly premium will be lower, which is great if you don't anticipate big medical costs in the short term. But on the other hand, if you have a senior cat with a history of kidney issues, you could choose a low deductible like $100 and a 90% reimbursement rate. That would cost more each month, but it would dramatically cut down your out-of-pocket expenses if your cat needs frequent vet visits. Another standout feature is the choice between accident-only coverage and accident and illness coverage. Accident-only plans are a budget-friendly option covering things like broken bones, swallowed objects, or emergency injuries. The accident and illness plan goes much deeper, adding coverage for conditions like cancer, diabetes, skin allergies, ear infections, and more. For a lot of people, having both options means you don't have to overpay for broad coverage if you really just want protection for worst-case scenarios. Spot also includes exam fees, diagnostic testing, imaging, hospitalization, and prescriptions under its broader plans. This matters because the costs at the vet don't just come from the treatment itself. If your dog hurts his paw, for example, you're not just paying for the cast, you're paying for the exam, the x-rays, the sedation, and the follow-up prescriptions. Spot makes sure those surrounding costs are part of the package, not just surprise add-ons. One area where Spot really stands out from competitors is in the behavioral issue coverage. Many insurers shy away from this, but Spot includes it under certain plans. Think of a situation like a dog with separation anxiety who needs professional behavior training, or a cat who develops compulsive licking habits that require vet treatment. These can be expensive to address, but Spot recognizes that they're legitimate health needs. Alternative therapy coverage is another plus. Acupuncture, chiropractic adjustments, physical therapy, and even hydrotherapy are included if recommended by a vet. This is especially relevant for older pets or breeds that develop joint issues. For instance, a senior golden retriever with arthritis might benefit from regular hydrotherapy sessions. Without coverage, those sessions are going to add up super quick. With Spot, they can be reimbursed, making it a lot more realistic to give your pet the best care. On top of that, Spot provides 24/7 vet telehealth. Sometimes you just need reassurance before rushing to the ER. Having a licensed vet available anytime, even at 2 a.m., can save you unnecessary trips and money. And finally, Spot offers optional preventative care add-ons. These packages can cover things like annual exams, vaccines, and even dental cleanings. They aren't part of the base plan, but for pet owners who want one policy that helps with both emergencies and routine wellness, the option's there. Now, let's dive into some of the pros and cons of Spot. The biggest strength of Spot is its flexibility. Very few pet insurance give you as much control over your deductible, reimbursement, and annual limit. This means you can really build a plan that feels like it was designed for you. It's also one of the only companies that blends traditional accident and illness coverage with things like behavioral therapy, alternative treatments, and 24/7 telehealth access. For a lot of pet parents, those extras provide peace of mind that goes beyond the basics. Another notable advantage is that Spot doesn't set upper age limit for enrollment. Many providers won't accept older pets, which leaves some owners stuck without coverage. With Spot, even senior dogs and cats can be enrolled, which is a big deal for people adopting older animals or simply wanting protection later in life. The downside is that flexibility can also create complexity. Having so many options sounds great, but it also makes it easier to misjudge what you really need. For example, some owners choose high deductibles and low reimbursement to save on premiums, only to realize later on that they're still paying most of the bill out of pocket. It's not that Spot isn't covering what they promise, it's just that the policy wasn't structured well for that particular pet's needs. In that sense, the responsibility falls on the pet parent to choose wisely, which can feel overwhelming for first-time buyers. Cost is another factor. Cost can be affordable when you build a lean plan, but once you start lowering deductibles, raising reimbursement rates, and adding preventative care, the monthly premium can rise pretty quickly. For people with a tight budget, this can be a sticking point, especially if you're comparing Spot to bare-bone competitors. And finally, while Spot generally gets good feedback, some pet parents have reported slower claims processing, particularly for more complicated medical cases. If you're someone who values lightning-fast reimbursements, this could honestly be pretty frustrating. It's not that claims don't get paid, it just might take longer than some digital-first competitors like Lemonade, which are known for near instant payouts or simple claims. So let's talk about pricing for a sec. I know we kind of touched on it, but pricing for Spot depends on your pet's age, breed, location, and the coverage levels you choose. Accident-only plans tend to be more affordable, while accident and illness plans with unlimited coverage and lower deductibles are more expensive. So, like I said, Spot is great, but if you also want to take a look at some other options, I do have a link down below that gives you the best pet insurance of this year. And so they do have a couple options on here that you can take a look at and view their rates and what they offer. So again, I just wanted to leave that if you are in the market and want to compare a few options. So should you choose Spot insurance? The answer depends on what you value most. If flexibility is your top priority and you like being able to customize every part of your plan, Spot is definitely one of the strongest options available. It's especially appealing for pet parents who want coverage for behavioral care, alternative therapies, and wellness add-ons. That really is not common when it comes to pet insurance, so that really is a really cool added bonus, honestly. But if cost is your main concern, Spot can still work, but you'll need to balance your deductible and reimbursement settings carefully to keep those premiums manageable. For those who want maximum coverage and peace of mind, Spot's unlimited plan options can be definitely worth the higher price. I know how overwhelming it can feel to research pet insurance. There's so many options out there and the fine print makes it hard to know what's right. I know for me, I was even questioning, do I even need pet insurance? I honestly started one with a company and then decided I didn't need it because I never used it. And then of course something happened and then I ended up getting pet insurance again. So again, I know it might feel unnecessary sometimes, but having it just in case is really, really important because that's the point of insurance, having it when you need it most. And again, I know it can feel so overwhelming, but the good news is that you don't need to figure it all out today. Even just checking some quotes is a great step forward. What matters most is having some level of coverage so you can focus on your pet's health instead of worrying about the bill. Again, if you want to check out some of our top picks, that link is down below. That wraps up this video. This channel is dedicated to helping you understand insurance in simple, clear terms so you can make smart decisions for yourself, your family, and your pets. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel and leave any comments or questions below. We'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.